So many families are going to be PCSing or relocating to the Fort Eisenhower, Augusta, Georgia area this year in 2024. One of the hardest parts is deciding where exactly to live, so we're going to help make that decision easier by doing an in-depth tour of Grovetown, Georgia, to see if it really does have more to offer than what you may think. By the way, I'm Kristen Helmus, your local Fort Eisenhower area real estate agent. And if you'd like to know anything else about buying, selling, investing, or relocating to the Augusta, Georgia area, feel free to check the description below. You can call me, text me, email me, whatever is convenient for you, and I'd love to have a private conversation about what I can do to help with your next move. I relocated to this area years ago with the military, and I've been able to help so many others have a smooth transition. I want to make sure that you are properly up to speed on what it's like to live in this area so you can make this your next dream location too. So without further ado, let's get into our tour of Grovetown, Georgia. So Grovetown is located west of Augusta in Columbia County, just northwest of Fort Eisenhower, making it a popular convenient choice for service members and their families who are relocating here. It has a population of about 19,000 and has continued to grow over the years. It has a lot of outdoor and family-friendly amenities. The average high temperature in January, when it's the coldest, is 57 degrees, and during the summer in July, it's 92 degrees. Right now, we are at Gateway Park, which is right by the YMCA, which in itself has a ton to offer. But here at Gateway Park, they have a playground, a walking path, and a pretty big splash pad. I will say the playground is probably a little bit better for elementary age kids or maybe preschool because it doesn't have the baby swings on it. I have brought my toddler here, and there are a few things he can do, but even my 4-year-old has a hard time with some of the things. So overall, it's probably a little bit better for the older kids. They also host a lot of events at this park, like Food Truck Fridays, and they have different festivals where they bring bounce houses, music, and games. And a lot of people also rent out the covered pavilions for birthday parties and other events. There are some other parks in the area that also have playgrounds, like Goodale Park or Kitty Park over on Whiskey Road. So let's go ahead and mention schools while we're here. So as I mentioned earlier, Grovetown is in Columbia County, which overall has pretty highly rated schools. So in Grovetown specifically, there are 5 elementary schools, 2 middle, 1 high school, and 1 alternative school. Some parts of Grovetown are actually zoned for Harlem schools, but it's still Columbia County. If you watch my other video about local schools, you can get even more details about what the schools have to offer and their specific ratings. I will link that below. So let's go ahead and hop over to another great outdoor space in Grovetown. So this is Patriots Park, which is kind of right on the border with Evans. They have a ton of activity fields for baseball, soccer, tennis. There's a playground for the kids and a great walking or a jogging path that goes around it here. There's also a really great indoor facility where they can host even more sports like basketball, racquetball, and volleyball. They also have an exercise facility where they have jiu-jitsu, aerobic classes, yoga, and pickleball. You can purchase an individual or family membership, and they have discounted rates for seniors and students. So part of the path that goes through Patriots Park is called the Uchee Creek Trail, which there are other points in Grovetown to access the trail as well. It's a total of 7 miles. It has asphalt and boardwalk, so it's great for biking, walking, running. It's stroller friendly. So let's talk about some more fun things to do and places to visit in Grovetown. So very close to here is the Columbia County Fairgrounds. So every spring they have a huge fair with, of course, a ton of food and rides. They also have a demolition derby, magic shows, a petting zoo, and lots of other things. Another really fun, family-friendly place that's in Grovetown is called Steed's Dairy. So they host some private events throughout the year, but it's open to the public each fall. They have a huge corn maze, a hayride, a petting zoo, a jumping pillow, a kids zip line, pumpkins, and a ton of different play areas. Another place, either for older kids or adults, is active climbing, indoor rock climbing. So they have a great facility with tons of space. They even have a few like Ninja Warrior elements. It's a great place to check out with family or friends, especially if you're looking for an indoor activity. And we also have a place called Artsy Me where you can paint all different kinds of ceramics for adults or kids. They'll fire it for you and you can pick it up a few days later. You don't have to have an appointment, you can just walk in. All right, so you're ready to go check out some more of the central downtown area of Grovetown? Let's go. So we are downtown at Veterans Park. It doesn't have a playground here, but they do host other events. They have a cannon and a Veteran Wall Memorial. And they do a big Veterans Day event with inflatables and games, and they also do a Christmas light display during the holidays. And speaking of the holidays, Lights of the South is another event that's hosted in Grovetown. It's a massive light display with a train and food. The Grovetown Library is right around here as well. It's next to City Hall. They host children's story time, and they also have the largest collection of Spanish materials in the region, which is another great resource that we have. So before we get into housing, let's talk about typical commute times from Grovetown. So the southeast side of Grovetown is only about 15 minutes away from Fort Eisenhower. On the Evans side, it's closer to 30 minutes. Of course, if you are commuting on base, then you also have to take into account gate traffic, which can add a decent amount of time. To downtown Augusta, we are about 30 minutes. To Amazon, where a lot of people work, it's about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on which side of town you live on. For grocery stores, you have a Kroger, Food Lion, KJ's Market, Aldi, Walmart Supercenter, and a Walmart Neighborhood Market, all in different parts of Grovetown, so no matter where you're at, you should have pretty easy access to a store that's convenient. Other shopping, like Target and the Augusta Mall, are about 20 minutes away. For restaurants, you have a pretty good variety of Mexican, Asian American. There are a lot of the typical chains, but you also do have some really great local restaurants like El Rey, which has Mexican food, and Doc's Porchside, which is one of my favorites. It's an American restaurant with a lot of variety. So one of the biggest complaints you often hear about Grovetown is that there's a lot of traffic, which you can hear. For a while, this was made worse by a lot of major construction, which isn't complete yet, but it's definitely way better at this point. Honestly, there's traffic all over the CSRA, so if you're from a small town, this may seem like a lot, but if you're from a decent-sized town already, the traffic here probably won't seem that bad. So of course, we are going to talk about housing in Grovetown too. So the most recent stats say that the median sold price for a home in Grovetown is $301,000. Of course, that can go up or down quite a bit depending on what you're looking for. As I mentioned at the beginning, Grovetown is growing a ton, so there's a lot of new construction or fairly new homes available, and we are going to check out some of the most popular neighborhoods. So one of those is Canterbury Farms, which I've done a full in-depth driving tour of just that neighborhood, which you can find on my channel, and I'll link that down below. It has a lot of variety in sizes of homes, with some currently listed between about $309,000 to $400,000. It also has some new construction, modern townhomes that are available for just under $255,000. Another popular one that I've done a full tour on is Kelarie. They also have a variety of sizes with a townhome option. Currently, there are homes listed for about $332,000 all the way up to large ranches for over $500,000. Another popular neighborhood is Canterbury Park, which we are in now. It's near Canterbury Farms. The builder in this neighborhood is Ivy Homes. They have homes ranging from about $273,000 up to $525,000, anywhere from 3 to 6 bedrooms and about 1,500 to 3,800 square feet. They do have ranch and townhome options, and amenities include sidewalks, a pool, and a playground. So here's one home that's currently listed just under $379,000. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath home with about 2,400 square feet. It's a new construction, and they are offering some buyer incentives if you close by the end of May. Here is another one. It's a 5-bed, 3-bath, almost 2,900 square foot home listed just under $425,000. So let's check out Grove Landing, another neighborhood just a little south of here. It has great amenities like a fishing pond, a pool, and a playground. There are several homes currently listed for sale. So this one here is a new construction. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,400 square foot home. It's listed for $325,000 and has a view of the pond in the back. Some of the homes here have been around a little bit longer, like this beautiful 6-bedroom, 4-bath, almost 2,900 square foot home that was built in 2015. It's listed for just under $360,000. It has a screened-in back porch, and for a larger family who needs 6 bedrooms, this is a rare find. So those are some of the neighborhoods that have more new construction options, but I also wanted to showcase some of the more established neighborhoods because I know that there are some people that really prefer that. One of the neighborhoods is called Ivy Falls, which is really pretty large, but it has several smaller communities within it. So here's one home. It's a brick ranch that was built in 2005. It has 3 beds, 2 baths, about 1,600 square feet, and it's listed at $285,000. Another one here was built in 1997. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath home with 1,900 square feet. It's listed at about $270,000. So those are some of the popular neighborhoods. Of course, there are others too. You can also find some more established homes near the downtown area, a lot of which don't have an HOA and have larger lots, but that gives you an idea of what you can find in Grovetown and also some of the amenities that it has to offer. If you have any questions at all about buying, selling, relocating, or investing in the area, please feel free to reach out anytime. I'll see you in the next video.